share it. And it's actually the first training camp I've been on in a long time with some juniors. Yeah, years, absolute years. So we brought a group. It's their first ever training camp. Let's actually flip you around so you can see what's going on. So they're over there just getting ready for Tachiwaza now. They've done some Newaza around Dory. And it's actually really good. I was talking to Sam. I think the first time, this was one of the first ever camps I brought some juniors away to. And I think it was about 15 years ago that I started bringing kids away from to this camp when it was Flanders Cup. And it's actually nice just being back on the mats with the kids. This group's the under 15s. They've got under 18s a little bit later on. And we've just brought our kids. These are pretty much our oldest kids that are getting ready for competitions and stuff like that we have in the club at the moment. And it's a little bit of a shock to the system. We talk about it in the club a lot, about the difference between when we're training at the club compared to when you go into Europe and you fight in competitions and do camps. So for them, let's take you around because they're just getting some drills going. It's actually quite a new experience. They're having to overcome quite a lot of nerves. Now, we did have little Eric and George, my two boys, come on. They did the warm-up so they could experience the camp as well, because a lot of it is just the unknown of a training camp. And we're talking about, when it comes to training camps and getting through it, there's quite a lot of volume. And we were just talking about the mental side of approaching how to actually fight. And what happens a lot of the time is, especially when kids are nervous, what they do is they just resort to just trying to throw their way out of trouble all the time. And this is why I'm really strict at the club with the rules in terms of how we grip, how we prepare for techniques, because you need to have some discipline to be able to actually basically, you're never going to be able to just throw your way out of trouble. There's always going to be somebody bigger, somebody stronger, somebody more capable. And if you do that, you end up getting thrown an awful lot. So understanding the gripping patterns to get themselves through it. And if they can do that, they then keep themselves safe. They start to build themselves into the round dory. So we did our first session last night. This is our second session this morning. And we're going to be another one this afternoon, and then 2 sessions tomorrow as well. So yeah, so I always like coming into Europe for the camps as well. I always think they're really well run. You always get a good group of kids. Honestly thought there were going to be a few more kids. As I said, it's the first camp I've been on for quite some time. But yeah, I thought there'd be a few more, but still 60, maybe 70 kids on the camp. So there's enough children for us to practice with and get the experience. But a lot of time with these camps, it's more about the experience that goes along with it. So we're actually staying in the centre parts, which is quite nice. The kids, after their second training session this evening, they'll be able to go for a bit of a swim and a bit of a relax. But yeah, thought I'd just give you a behind the scenes of what's going on in the camp. These are just getting ready they're all just getting ready for some round dory now, some Tachiwaza round dory. Yeah, but that's it. I thought I'd come live, especially as I've not done anything on here for quite a while. So yeah, there we are.